Welcome back to 5 Talk Street. I'm Scott Murray. For 60 years, the veterans from World War II did not have a memorial to their service and their ultimate sacrifice for this great country. In 2004, a World War II memorial for our nation's most senior heroes was dedicated, and one local organization is now doing something about it to make those honorable men, make sure those men and women have the opportunity to actually visit that memorial and see it firsthand. And here to tell us all about the work of Honor Flight Fort Worth are Loyce Houston. She is the co-founder, and she is also the CEO of Honor Flight Fort Worth. And Val Wilkie, he is the retired executive vice president of the Sid Richardson Foundation, the spokesperson for Honor Flight Fort Worth, and of course also a World War II veteran and certainly a hero to us all. An icon here in the city of Fort Worth. Good to see you.
Good to see
How are you? And good to see you as well.
Thank you.
Where did this all come from? You're the co-founder, so where did this come from in the first place?
Well, it came as a response to honor my dad because he was a World War II veteran.
That might have been the case.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, and so I got involved as a volunteer through the USO and wanted to start a hub here in Fort Worth. There is a national hub, and my co-founder, Sandy Ellis, we got together and decided we wanted a hub in Fort Worth. So we started getting founders, people to donate, money for us, and to get people to support our mission as well, which is to fly World War II veterans to see the World War II Memorial, because they are a dying breed. You know, they're in their 80s and 90s, and that's our mission, is to take them to see the World War II Memorial. We also will take veterans who are terminally ill to see their memorials as well, the Korea Memorial and the Vietnam Memorial. And so we rely solely on donations. It's $1,000 to sponsor a World War II veteran. We do have different levels of sponsorship that we'll accept as well. And so that is our mission. And both of us started this as a way to honor our fathers, both being World War II veterans.
I would think, because fortunately today people finally get it, that they're all keeping us out of harm's way every single day.
Yes.
They're on other parts of the world, and a lot of times they go forgotten, which is unfortunate. And you're trying to make sure that they don't go forgotten.
Yes, yes.
And so I just wonder what the response has been.
Most people that find out about it are very interested in being involved and supporting. We're just trying to get the word out. As you said, it was 60 years in coming and getting that memorial built, and so it's something that people don't know a lot about.
And there's your website right there on the honorflightfortworth.org.
Yes, people can go there and make a donation through PayPal. They can also, our address is on there. They can send us a donation as well. So there's lots of ways. We do accept people coming and being guardians for our veterans. We're taking a flight on May 9th where we'll be taking 25 World War II veterans and 1 Vietnam veteran who's terminally ill. And so they can also volunteer to be a guardian. We have a guardian for each veteran that we take to provide their safety and all that.
How about this guy to your left? He's an icon in himself,
yes,
isn't he?
He is, and he's a decorated World War II veteran, has a very interesting story.
Well, what do you think about all this? It's great to see you, first of all.
Great to see you, Scott. It's been a while.
Well, really, it's tremendous, but I think it's wonderful that you've jumped on board with these folks. What do you think about all this?
Well, first of all, I think it's a great program. I'll say more about that. Yeah, they asked me to come and just talk as a veteran of World War II, very, very briefly.
What do you think about the whole idea of taking people that you might have fought alongside, 60, 70 years ago, going to D.C. and seeing some of these memorials? That's a very emotional time, I'm sure.
Wonderful experience for them, and it's a right one for our society to be beginning to say, rightly, we really respect these people from all these years of their service. So I'm a believer in the very beginning.
I had a chance recently to talk to 15 Iwo Jima vets, and all about your age, and it got very emotional at times when they related back, and it is amazing how it changed their life. And even though it's 60, 70 years later now, it still has affected literally their entire life. His being a part of World War II, the greatest generation, as Tom Brokaw calls it, is that a very special time for you, or something that's been a part of you your entire life?
Service. Service. And I think, well, I started out, joined the Army Air Corps in February of '42, and wound up over in England, 8th Air Force, B-17 co-pilot, and we were shot down over roughly the border between Germany and Holland. I got away immediately, and the underground picked me up and took care of me for 3 months, trying to get me back to England, which they did not succeed in doing because the Gestapo caught me on the way. So the heart of the story, which really I point toward this, I was in their hands in jail in Antwerp for a full month. The first 4 days were all day interview, because they wanted me to tell them who had helped me in the underground, and I wasn't about to tell them. So we went for 14-hour days of interviews, and I would say same thing, name, rank, serial number. That's all I had to say under international law. And so finally, at the first night, finally at about 8 o'clock, they gave up and said, well, since you won't tell us, this means that you have to be categorized as a spy, and this means being executed by firing squad tomorrow morning at sunup. So back I went to my cell and thought all night about how did we get caught to begin with, and did they really mean what they said, and wasn't I maybe more valuable to them alive than dead? In any event, next morning rolled around and went to the interrogation room again, went through the same process all day, and did that 4 days, and each the same, that I was going to be shot the next morning. Finally, the 5th day, the door didn't open, and that was a great sign. I was in the cell there for another 3 weeks, and then the great news, suddenly there was great commotion in the jail one night, and I asked some of my upstairs guests if they'd tell me what's going on here. They said the invasion has finally struck. And I was sitting there looking out my little bitty window in my cell. I was not all that many miles away in Antwerp from there, and just sensing in my mind's eye, seeing those people coming off those landing crafts through the water onto the beach and marching up that beach without any cover and being just shot.
Well, I can see right now, listening to you tell that story, 70 years later, it's still very much a part of you.
Very, very much.
Well, it's always great. I wish this was a 3-hour show so we could hear more. You're incredible. Mr. Wilkie, it's always good to see you. Thank you so much for being here.
People need to go see these deals.
Yes, they do. Loyce, thank you.
Thank
you for all you're doing.
Thank you.
This is really great stuff. Needs to be done. Congratulations,
Thank
Steve
you.
O. Stay with us. We're back with more.